Man, in case you guys have been under a rock for the past couple of days, there has been a new Jen Soto interview released. And this is more of an interrogation, in my opinion. Shout out the docket. This was the first channel that I noticed had this content, and it is absolutely crazy, man. Make sure you guys go subscribe. So basically, we did a live stream for the past couple of days going through this extremely long interview with Jen Soto. I mean, they talk about the world. They talk about Madeline's problems. They talk about the medication she's on. They talk about the sex life between Jen and Stephan. Stay tuned. They talk about the possible things that Jen was, more or less uneasy about while they were living together for those years. And I mean, you just listen to this interview and you're at a loss for words, bro. It's like, bro, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, you treated your daughter like she was another one of your roommates, not your child. But anyway, voice crack, going through puberty. Anyway, we're going to go with the first major thing that I noticed, and we're just going to find the most highlighted points of this interview. If you guys want to see the entire thing, make sure you check out the live stream I did or check out the docket. But these are the main things that make your eyebrow come from right here, raise all the way up into the sky. This shit is weird, bro. Exhibit number 1. What did Maddie wear, and how do you know? Let's get into it.
I think this was around, I'm assuming this was around 8 o'clock in the morning, because I'm assuming, he's getting ready to take her to school. He's walking the dog before he does that. Yeah. So I'm not sure what time it was, but I think it was around 8 o'clock in the morning when this happened.
Okay.
I thought I had heard somebody in the kitchen. I don't know who it could be. But yeah, I just heard sounds, but I'm not sure who it was. Who was in the kitchen? Could have been Stephan. Could have been Maddie.
Okay.
Could have been one of my roommates.
When the deputies first talked to you, when you're reporting her missing,
Yeah.
you remember writing a statement?
Yes.
Okay. In that statement, you say you saw Maddie.
I saw. I know.
I know. Stupid me, right? It's my antipsychotics. Fuck. My bad. I didn't see her. It was her spirit that I saw when my eyes were closed. I saw her spirit coming through. I didn't actually see her. My bad, officer. Dang it. Guys, in what crime that we've ever covered, right? In what reality that we've ever covered, like a supposed criminal, right? Do they say shit like this, blanketed, complete wrong statements, and then they just say, oops, I'm sorry, this is actually what I meant. Why isn't she in jail? It's not prison. Send her through a trial. But anyways, continuing.
I misremembered. I did.
Okay, no, you lied.
Didn't see her.
Okay.
I wanted to believe I saw her, but I didn't.
But when you're talking to the deputy on his body cam, you describe what she's wearing.
Because she had picked it out the night before.
And I said this on the live stream. She must have stopped taking her antipsychotics today or something, because that was some quick ass thinking right there. Oh, yeah. No. Madeline picked her clothes out and laid them upon the bed, and I just knew what she was going to wear. First of all, I'll say, Madeline is 13 fucking years old. The only time a 13-year-old will plan their outfit is because there's an event happening. You're going to school on a regular school day. You're not planning out your outfit, at least as a male. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. If all you ladies in high school, 13, you guys are planning out your outfit. But in my mind, who the fuck is planning their outfit like that? But anyways, quick thinking, Jen. Quick.
Okay.
I told her to set up her clothes the night before to have it ready, so she was ready to go.
Did you do a interview with Fox 35 recently?
Yes.
Okay. In that interview, you say something to the effect that you don't want her to come home. Do you remember that?
No. Why would I say that?
I don't know. That's part of the interview.
Maybe
I don't know if you listened to it or
no,
if you saw it.
I haven't seen anything.
Okay. Maybe when we're done with this, you can Google it and see if you misspoke or.
I must have misspoken because that's I remember asking her to come home. Please come home. We miss you. I want you here. Like, please be safe. I remember saying that.
Please be safe. I remember saying that. I can imagine her mouth still open. I can remember saying that. She fucking sucks, bro. This lady is the epitome of a horrible mother. YouTube mom, what's her name? Ruby Frankie? Can't compare. What's her name? I would say the only person to rival this fucking train wreck of a mother is Stauk and what's her name? Bitch ass stupid face with the dogs. She loves her dogs and all that stupid shit. Shonda Vander Ark with her weird ass. Anyways, these are the only two women to rival this lady. Her neglect is shocking. It's like, wow. Well, damn. It's actually quite shocking to see how neglectful this lady really is. But anyway, we move forward and they kind of break down what drives Stephan and the sex life, and they go through everything from erectile dysfunction to what he really wants her to do. And everybody, it's been circling around the internet. Anal is something that he aspires to have, which, come on, man. Come on, bro. All these things, line them up in an order. He likes to collect toys. He likes the Disney toys. He plays board games. He doesn't have any friends. He can't keep a job. These things, guys, for the future, and you actually think about things, these are the signs of people like this. I promise you. Stereotypes exist for a reason.
Okay. All right. I want to touch a little bit more, or go more in depth on the relationship that you have with Stephan. Now, you said you guys have been dating for a while, and then you kind of broke up, and it's been on and off for a few years, I guess you'd say, right?
Yeah.
During that time, was he seeing anybody else?
I was told at one point sometime last year that, hey, the girl I was hanging out with, one of my coworkers I was hanging out with outside of work, who I said I was hanging out with, I was really having sex with her. Because I asked him, I'm like, did you have sex with her? Like, because you told me you were just hanging out. Did you have sex with her? And he admitted that he did. I think her name is Marielle, but I'm not sure what her last name would be.
Okay. Now, the relationship that you had with Stephan, you told me that you haven't had sex in a while.
Yeah.
When you guys were together and intimate with each other, it is maybe a little uncomfortable, but it's something that we have to discuss, is when you guys were intimate.
Now, one thing I will say, I'm a drop in here with a little seasoning of what's going on. The person who's embarrassed to talk about their sex life is the police officer. It is not Jen. Jen will tell you anything. Jen will probably tell you the color of her. You know what I'm saying? She'll tell you anything with no forethought. It's kind of just ill about this lady. She's one of them people, like, she doesn't even. I just wanted to point out that the awkwardness is all on the officer's side. Jen will tell you how the fuck it is.
With each other. A lot of people call it vanilla sex. Some people call it, whatever kind of sex you want to call it. How would you describe you and Stephan when you guys were intimate?
Pretty vanilla, I would say. Just missionary and oral.
Okay, all right.
But nothing more than that. Missionary.
Okay. Has he ever asked you to perform a certain way, or?
I will say that sounds like the worst sex ever. You mean to tell me all you could do was lay on your back and suck some dick, probably haphazardly too, with half your effort, however that word goes. You mean shit? You ain't finna keep me around that long. It's like this whole relationship was just ill from the start, bro. Just from the start. Now, shout out to all the folks that don't do all the crazy shit, but I'm just saying, the way she describes this shit is like it was not enjoyable. Let me lay on my back and wait for this to be over.
Anything that you think would be out of the ordinary?
He's, I want to say he's joked around about wanting anal sex. Mm-hmm. And like, yeah, we should do that. We should try that. And I'm like, absolutely not. No. To me, his penis is average size, but thick, and it hurts. Mm-hmm. So I don't want, even normal sex hurt to me. So I just didn't want to do it anymore, honestly.
Okay. Nothing other than that you think would be out of the ordinary?
No.
Okay.
Anyways, yeah. She, like I said, she has no worry. And keep in mind, she's talking about this type of shit, right? She's talking about this type of shit with her daughter missing. Oh yeah, he has a wide cock, but it's regular size, but it hurts. Like, what are we doing, lady? You're just offering up information. We didn't even ask if he had a chode or not, but you just... Anyway, so we move forward to her. Like basically what's your life about? And then she kind of like goes through her jobs and what this and that and the other. But I find that I want to throw this little piece in because she explains how she can't keep a job and she has PTSD and her medication and she can't keep up. So I'm going to play this little part and I'm going to say something at the end. But I just want y'all to hear this little piece.
Monday?
No, I was off.
Okay, what about Tuesday?
Off. Wednesday, I was supposed to work.
And you told me you work at the front desk at Coronado Springs at Disney.
Yes.
How long have you worked there?
Less than a week.
Okay, did you work anywhere prior to that?
I was a substitute teacher for Kelly Education.
And how long did you do that?
Maybe a month or two. Not very long. And then before that, I've been unemployed. I've been living off disability, essentially. Mm-hmm. I'm disabled.
Okay, why are you disabled? From what?
I have a bunch of things. Primarily PTSD.
From what?
So PTSD, bipolar 2, generalized anxiety. I think that's pretty much it with my psychiatric stuff.
Okay, if you don't mind me asking, what happened with...
I went on a date with a guy I had met.
Was this before Stephan, or...?
Yeah, this was before
Okay.
Stephan. This was way before. It was a few years before Stephan. Or maybe the year before Stephan. But, met a guy at a car dealership who interviewed me for a job. I turned the job down, and he said, "Oh, great, I can't date my employees." And I said, "Oh, what do you mean?" He goes, "Yeah, I want to take you out on a date." And I said, "Oh, wow, I've never been asked out on a date in person before." And we went out on a date. He got really drunk. We got back to his place.
But you get what she's saying. S.A., the big words. Now let's take this piece by piece. One, that is horrible. That guy should go to jail, and he should spin that sentence, and people should spit on him and be mean to him and all the other things, right? That is the worst thing that could happen to a woman, in my opinion. I've heard women say that's probably the worst thing that could happen. Someone S.A.N., assaulting you. I will say that doesn't have anything to do with nothing, because she's going to take this little background information and she's going to use it on everything. She's going to try and make it like, oh, because of my PTSD, I just couldn't do shit. That doesn't have anything to do with your little daughter. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that she uses this story, she drops that little story in there, I don't give a. fuck about that story, because you're gonna notice she uses that as an excuse. Oh, well, obviously, remember, ding, 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 I have PTSD. She uses it as an excuse. That is no excuse. You should be on double, triple drive, making sure nobody's doing some weird shit to your kid. The fuck are you talking about? So there's a few people, I've been seeing the comments like, oh, wow, this is, fuck her. I'm just putting that really firmly down in the ethos, in the atmosphere. Fuck her. That shit is that's the worst excuse I've ever heard, to have something like this. And then something like that happened to you and you're sending your kid over there to sleep with your boyfriend because you want a good night's sleep? Oh, okay. Yeah, fuck all that, lady. I don't want to hear none of that shit. But anyways, that kind of blew me away, because I knew she had something. Even in the live stream, I was like, something traumatic probably happened to her, this and that. But she uses it as her lifeline. And it makes zero sense to me. Let's continue.
All right.
If you didn't work, what would your typical day look like?
My entire day was focused around Maddie.
My entire day was focused around Maddie. You know what that meant? She was sleeping all day. But let's move forward. Let's move forward to the bed sharing and the sleeping with Stephan Stearns, because apparently, it only happened a few times, right? So let's hear it from the horse's mouth. Let's actually hear it from the woman herself. I'm gonna shut up. Let's continue.
I don't think we've had many date nights, just him and me. It's always been the three of us doing something, going to dinner, going to Disney Springs. We visit Disney Springs sometimes, often, or not often, but sometimes. We really liked that restaurant, Deluxe Burger. Really good.
Oh, yeah. Let's talk about your favorite burger spot while your fucking daughter is missing. Yeah, it's really good. You should try it. You should go there. Take your family one of these days. Hate this bitch.
She
Angel,
really
stop.
enjoyed it there.
Now, the dynamic between you three. I know you told me that sometimes you and her would sleep in the bed.
Yeah.
Sometimes the three of you would sleep in the bed. And then sometimes you would send him and her to a bedroom so you could get a good night's sleep.
Yeah.
How long has that been going on?
Okay, so
Long pause. You gotta get it together, right? You gotta get yourself together.
I'm gonna say
That was like what, 10 seconds?
back in June. It was primarily the three of us sleeping in bed together all the time.
And why? How did that start?
Maddie has always slept in the bed with me. She's always slept in my room. Only when we lived in that apartment in Northport did she have her own bedroom, and we could afford for her to have her own room. So that was the only time she's actually had her own room. Here, she's always shared a room with me. When she was a baby, she had her own bedroom here for a few years. But once she got older and we started having roommates and all that stuff, she started just staying with me in my bedroom. Stephan, during the times that we did live with Stephan, it would be the three of us in this bed down here, down in the master bedroom. It wasn't.
Red flag immediately. Oh, so she always slept with you. Now you have a boyfriend. It's like me dating a single mom, and she's like, hey, babe, come hop in the bed. And it's her 12-year-old daughter in her nightgown, snuggled up, ready to go to bed with us. What the fuck? I'm going to be like, is your daughter going to her room? No, she sleeps with us. Oh. Okay. I'm gonna go home real quick because I forgot my toiletries and whatnot. And I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna see you later. I'm never talking to her again. The fuck are you talking about, bro?
Until June of last year that we had broken up, and I said, okay, I don't want to sleep in the same bed with you. Please move upstairs. And he moved upstairs. at this point, Maddie pretty much slept with me all the time. I think I can count. Maybe on one hand how many times she's gone upstairs to sleep with him alone, because I wasn't comfortable.
So she could count on one hand. How many times is that? Is that 5 times? Is that 4 times? Is that 3 times? That's a lot of times. I'm just going to say that's a lot of times. If you could count it on one hand, that's one too many. That's 5 times too many.
With it. I was like, no, this it doesn't look right. Like, it just doesn't seem right. Like, I'm not comfortable with it. Maddie, you got to sleep with me. And I've told him that.
All right. So anyways, she bitches about that, and she's like, oh, this is not whatever. And then she also references Woody Allen. She says she told him she doesn't want a Woody Allen situation. Woody Allen apparently is this guy who raised up this little girl and then married her, took her away from her mom, did a whole bunch of weird shit with her. Why is that even in your brain? Why are you even thinking that? If you are thinking that, you've already failed. You have this man living with you and you're having a conversation saying you don't want a, what's his name? A Woody Allen situation? Come on now.
Because I never trusted. I grew up being told never trust me. Like, the stepdaughter fault.
About it. He's never said anything to you or anything about it.
If anything, I've always told him that my biggest fear is that this would turn into a Woody Allen situation where the stepdaughter fault, or the dad grooms the child and the child turns 18 and ends up running away with him. I told him, like, that was my biggest fear and I don't ever want that happening. Like, you can't do that to me. Like,
why would you say that to him?
Because I never trusted. I grew up being told never trust a man. My mom put that in my body. Never trust a man. And, like, I did not completely 100% trust the man, but in my, like, the logic in my head was saying, he's been in your life for 7 years. Nothing's happened. He hasn't shown you anything that he's weird, or that he's done or that he's interested in her, or said anything about her body, or
that he's interested in her. That shouldn't even be passing your brain. This lady, so she's a certified weirdo, right? Complete certified fucking creep. I don't care. The lady deserves to be in jail, and at the end of the day, all she's gonna do is sleep. All she's gonna get is a change of scenery. It's not like she had a crazy raging life that she had to do a million things per day. No, she was a waste of fucking air, guys. You're not getting what I'm saying. She was a waste anyway. If she went to jail, she would acclimate in 2 weeks probably. You know what she would be doing? Sleeping. That would probably be the best rest she ever got in her life. Man, I don't get it, bro. Fuck this lady. But anyways, let's move forward. So anyways, she has all the blah, blah. Oh, I didn't think he was interested. We move forward to the pictures that they show her. A limp Madeline Soto, right? We didn't see the pictures, but we can understand what we're looking at. There's no response from this lady. It's creepy. Let's move forward.
And then returned again because he forgot that is wrong anymore. Yeah. That's Maddie asleep in the car.
Immediately she says, that's Maddie asleep in the car. Immediately, the second she sees the picture, she doesn't even analyze it, look at it. You hear the paper ripple, and they show it to her. The second she sees, oh, that's Maddie asleep in the car. This bitch knows the girl is dead. She knows. You didn't take the time to assess. Oh, that's Maddie asleep in the car. Hopefully they move on. Oh yeah, that's her asleep in the. She knows, guys. There's so many signs. That's a big one right there. How are you gonna assess that photo? Oh, that's Maddie asleep in the car. Oh, yeah. She said, let's move on. Let's move forward. She's dead, ma'am. Now she has to figure out, look, what emotions am I going to throw out now? Okay, now we have to stay on this, so maybe I should start crying. Let's check it out.
Maddie's not asleep in the car.
What do you mean?
Fuck do you think?
Do you believe Maddie's asleep there?
she dead?
I don't know.
And then from there, the first assumption, is she dead? Well, damn. First, she's asleep. You saw the picture for 0.2 seconds, and now you're just switching over. Oh, is she dead? Why don't we just look at the picture for a second, ma'am? Why don't we just look at the picture? She knows.
Do you believe Maddie's asleep there?
Is she dead?
I don't know. We don't know where she's at.
That's an odd way for her to be laying down sleeping.
Oh, you think? That's an odd way for her to be laying down sleeping. Oh, yeah, you think so? Okay. She's dead, and you don't even give a fuck.
So this is at 7:30 in the morning. Ish.
That's way too early.
But you said you thought around 8 o'clock.
Because I assumed that he was getting her ready for school. So that would be the time he'd wake me up and take her.
So just for the recording, this is a video from within the complex that shows the front angle through the windshield.
Yes. This is going to be Maddie in the front seat of Stephan's car. You see, right here? Mm-hmm. That's taken at 9 o'clock near SeaWorld.
So basically, he's taking her dead body all over the place. How does she respond? Is she dead? Is she dead? The power of the right hand just comes across you sometimes. It's just like, it's like you want to, you know what I'm saying? It's like sometimes people need it, man. Holy fuck. Is she dead? This bitch is crazy. But anyways, folks, we move on to her basically kind of having, the police are tired of her shit. And they're like, hey, why are you like covering for Stephan?
Are you telling me we're looking for a body right now?
We're looking for Maddie, absolutely. 100% we're looking for her.
No. It's most likely she's not alive.
I don't know. I can't answer
Most
that.
likely she's not alive. That's what she said. What a mom.
I have a feeling
What a mom.
that you and Stephan have some sort of communication on places he likes to go, or so, because some of the questions that I ask, it seems like you almost not cover up for him, but kind of defend him or have answers to some of these questions.
Because I want you to have more further insight as to why he's
And I
like these
appreciate that.
things.
Once the officer hits that high pitch, you already know he thinks it's bullshit. Yeah, I appreciate that.
But you saying he is forgetful and
And
all that
Maddie
stuff.
too. I just want you to understand, like, we're all the same. We're both we're all very forgetful. We're all very time blind. It's just part of our ADHD. I just want you to know, like,
What kind of grades does she make at school?
And he just cuts her off because we know it's bullshit. It's just part of our ADHD. You notice how he cuts her off immediately? What kind of grades does she make in school? So anyways, you know, she does what she does best. She kind of talks shit low-key about Maddie. Oh, she can't keep grades. Oh, she was getting kind of combative against me, this and that. Bullshit all the way through to make it seem like Madeline's the one. She even at one point said that Madeline was the one who wanted to go upstairs. He's like, no, Maddie, you shouldn't go up there. Like, she's the voice of reason. I don't give a fuck if Maddie wants to go up there or not. You're the one who says, no, Maddie, you stay down here. You'll understand when you're older. You'll understand that that's inappropriate when you're older, sweetheart. But nah, it's Maddie's fault. Maddie just wants to go up there and watch movies. But anyways, folks, let's move forward. What does Stephan Stearns do for fun? I just want to throw this little snippet in because The cop wants to know if he's like a manly man. That's the way these questions sound to me. Hold on.
So, Stephan, tell me about his. I know you said he likes to play board games and all that stuff. Is he like. What else does he like to do for fun?
He's a collector. He collects.
Play sports or anything like that?
No, he collects games and hobbies. He collects. Do you know what Tamagotchis are?
Mm-hmm.
He collects Tamagotchis. He's got so many of those.
Any sports or no Tamagotchis. Tamagotchis. Listen, wait till.
Digimons, lightsabers.
Is he. Does he like to go camping? Does he like to go to the beach or any of that stuff?
No, the beach makes him self-conscious because he doesn't like how his body looks. He calls himself flabby. But
So basically, we're just trying to get the profile of the man, right? He's a bitch. He's a full-on bitch. He doesn't camp. He doesn't play sports. He doesn't know how to fix a tire. He's self-conscious. Couldn't protect Jin if something happened to save his life. He would probably just curl up. He would probably curl into a ball if he had to protect somebody. He's a bitch. He's the type of guy that I could just walk up to and smack the fuck out of him. And he would be like, hey, man, why the fuck did you do that, bro? Hey, man. He wouldn't take off on me. A 30-some-year-old man. I'm 27. I would smack the fuck out of him. He wouldn't even do nothing. That's the type of guy he is. He wouldn't even take off on me. I would just look at him. Now, I might be wrong, but my bets are I'll leave my hands down. He'll just get to bitching, crying, talking. He's a bitch.
no, he's not an outdoorsy person. He doesn't play sports. He doesn't like the beach.
We've been doing this job a very long time, as you can tell with all the gray in my beard. Your emotion when I told you you broke down like that. Do you remember that? Like instantly crying. But when
And I'm sure that had something to do, that redacted portion, I'm sure had to do something to do. I'm sure it had something to do with Stephan Stearns and her breaking down crying.
you talk about her possibly missing, or God forbid, deceased, that emotion changed.
What do you mean by changed?
So when I told you you broke down and started crying, okay? But then when I showed you the pictures and said that she may not be asleep in those pictures, your emotion just changed.
I don't want to believe it. I want to... In my heart, I know you're showing me what you're showing me, and you're telling me he threw away her backpack. And I want to assume the worst. I want to think...
Did you hear that little whimper she gave? She's trying her best to sell it.
I want to... In my heart, I know you're showing me what you're showing me, and you're telling me he threw away her backpack. And I want to assume the worst. I want to think... I don't want to assume the worst. I want to assume that she's still alive, that she's out there, that he's hidden her somewhere. But with what you're showing me, it feels like we're looking for a body. I'm just in shock.
I've never heard a person who's in shock be conscious enough to state that they are in shock. Please take her to jail. Anyways, folks, that was pretty much it. That was the whole interview. I just wanted to take out the major points. Make sure you guys check out the docket if you want to see the interview in its entirety. I also live streamed it. But this basically just tells me this just tells me even further. If there's anybody who is on the fence, this would be your video, folks. This lady had something to do about it, and she continues to lie. There's truths in everything she says. but she lies on key points. I promise you. But we'll see where this trial goes. I'll definitely have my eyes open on this shit because, brother, if this, we're gonna have to start some type of march or some shit, because if this lady don't go to jail, then our justice system, I think, is really fucked up. Honestly, truly and honestly, there's no reality where there's something she didn't do wrong. She had something to do with it. But anyways, folks, I'm gonna catch you in the next one. You already know the vibes, man. Stay inside and stay safe. I love y'all, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm out of here.